Go ahead and write your name and your class period, of course. Your quiz is going to be Tuesday, next Tuesday, which is December 9th. After that, yeah, that's it. So, and we'll talk about this at the end of class, but we don't have that many grades left. We got 2 homeworks and a quiz and a review. So that's not that great for people who are like low, right? Because that means we need every single point. So I do need people to go ahead and put away their phones and iPads and take off their earbuds and stuff so we can all lock in. Mr. Davis, we all there? We all together? All right, so let's go to the first page. And every day this week, we're going to do a review of something we learned this semester. So we're going to go way back to the first module. Simplify. So whenever you see a negative, if you see a negative, you have to start by separating it out. So we're going to break this apart to the square root of -1 times the square root of 9. You always take out the negative. Does anyone happen to remember, this is going way back, way back. What's the square root of -1? I, yep, good job. So this is I. And what's the square root of 9? Does anybody know? 3. So your answer is I3, but we don't normally write it like that. We always put the number before the letter. So the better way to write it would be 3I. Again, but I would take either one though. But just know this is how it's going to be written the majority of the time. All right, so now let's talk about factoring. Let's go ahead and make our box. We got to make a box because of this 2. So the 2x squared goes here. The 6 goes here. So we need to multiply these together. 2 times 6 is 12. B is 7. So don't say it out loud. Let's give everybody a chance to, wake up our brains. We need 2 numbers. Do you need an ink pen? Okay. Or a pencil? You want an ink pen or a pencil? Okay. So we need 2 numbers that multiply to be 12, but add to give you 7. Don't say it out loud. Let's give everybody a chance to think about what those numbers might be. I have a pen problem. I got so many pens. It's really bad. Let's see if this is right. I think it do though. Okay. What would be my numbers that multiply to 12 and add to 7? Anybody know? 4 and 3, yep. So we're going to put a 4x here and a 3x here. All right, so if I look at these 2, both of these numbers can be divided by a 2 and by an x. All right, show me with your fingers, what's the number that I could take out of the bottom row? Show me with your fingers. What number goes into 3x and 6? Yep, good, 3. So that means that my first factor would be 2x plus 3. All right, now let's look at my first column. Oops, I didn't mean to write. Here, I could take out an x. And show me with your fingers. What can I take out of this one here? Yep, good too. I do feel like a lot of you all are getting much better at factoring, which is good. All right, so that would be my factors. It didn't say solve it. If it said solve, I would set these equal to 0, but it didn't say do that. So this is my answer. So let me block out here. Okay, so now we're going to go to page 4 in the packet. Page 4 is the first page of our notes. So I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and copy down these definitions. We're going to talk about mean, median, mode, and range. mean, median, mode, and range. Okay. When I taught 7th grade, my very first year, I used to sing a little song. I'd say, I'm not mean, I'm average. My median is the middle. Mode means the most. You know, back in 7th grade, you know, kids are nicer. At least my 7th graders were. So the average, in order to find the average, we're going to add them all up. And then we're going to divide by how many numbers we added. Now for the median, let me highlight this. This is really important. For the median, we have to put the numbers in order first. And then after we put it in order, we figure out what number is in the middle. Mode is the number that occurs the most. Now, it is possible to have no mode. You can have no mode, or you can also have more than one mode. Okay, you can't have more than one mean or more than one median or more than one range. But for the mode, you can have more than one or you can have none at all. And then for the range, we're going to put the highest number, whatever the highest number is, and subtract from it the lowest number. Anybody need more time copying down the definitions before we get started? All right, we got 3 examples, and then you'll have the rest of class to work on their homework. So let's look at this first one here. Example 1. We got to calculate each value for the data set. So the first thing we need to do is add up these numbers. So we're going to take 12 plus 9 plus 13 plus 19 plus 14 plus 19 plus 11, and we're going to divide it by how many numbers we have. So let's count the numbers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So go ahead, add up all of these numbers, hit enter, and then divide by 7. Does anyone need a calculator? So add up all the numbers, hit the enter key, and then divide it by 7. Now this one says round it to the 10th place. So when you add them all up, who got 97? All right, and then we're going to take the 97 divided by 9. I'm not 9, sorry. Divided by 7. And I think you get like 13.85. Who got that? Now remember though, it says round to the 10th place. So if I give you $10, how many zeros are in $10? How many zeros? Just 1 0. So that means that I only want one number. So we have to ask ourselves, does this 8 stay at 8? Or do I bump it up to a 9? So what do you think? Who says it goes up? It does, because I think it's what, like 5 or more raise the score or something. I don't know. Something like that. But so this 8 is going to bump up to a 9. So my final answer would be 13.9. That's my answer for the mean. All right, now let's put these numbers in order. Okay. The smallest number in the list, and as you put them in order, I recommend you cross them out. So the smallest number in the list is 9. Okay, cross that out. We don't have a 10, but we do have an 11. Let's cross that out. We have a 12. Cross that out. Do we have a 13? Yeah, we got a 13. Cross that out. We got a 14. Cross that out. And then I have 2 19s. You got to write them both. Now, I messed this up first period, so I'm going to make sure I still have 7 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So remember, median is the middle number. So what number is in the middle? 13. Because you have 3 numbers here and 3 numbers here. So 13 is my median. So my median is 13. That's my answer for the median. Now, in this list, what number occurs the most? 19. Good. So that would be my mode. The most occurring number is 19. Most occurring number. Again, you can have more than one or you can have none. But in this example, we do have 19 because there's 2 19s. That's why it's the mode. And then lastly, for the range, we're going to take our highest number, which is 19. Subtract from that the lowest number, which is 9. And the range would be 10. Any questions about this first example? Who remembers this? These definitions. I think that might be the hard part, is trying to remember what term means what. All right, so now let's talk about this data shows the number of interceptions thrown during one regular season for each team in the NFC. So we got to find the mean, the median, and the mode. So we got a lot of numbers. Go ahead and add them all up. Add them all up. And let's see how many numbers we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, go ahead and add them all up, and then you're going to divide it by 15. And this one says round to a whole number, which means no decimals. So add them all up. Take your time. Add up all 15 numbers. Hit enter, and then divide it by 15. All right, when you add them all up, who got 197? Anybody get 197? All right, so let's take 197, divide that by 15, and you should get 13.1. But it said round to a nearest whole number. So is this going to round to 13, or does it round to 14? 13, so that would be my mean. All right, now let's do the median. The median, we gotta take our time. Let's start off, we gotta put them in order. All right, so we got an 8. The lowest number of interceptions was 8, so cross this. I see I got 2 8s, so I gotta write it twice. All right, do we have any 9s in our list? What about 10s? All right, we got 1 10, so I'm gonna put the 10 next. Do we have any 11s? How many 11s? 2 11s, so I'm gonna write that twice. All right, 12s. How many 12s? 3 12s. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. All right, what about 13s? Do we got any 13s? Yep, we got a 13. We got any 14s? How many 14s? 2 14s. We got any 15s? Yeah, we got a, wait, do we got 15? Yeah, we got a 15. All right, I need some more space. Let me take this little symbol off. Notes and homework is in the front, Aiden. So we left off at 15, so let me, okay, so do we got any 16s? All right, what about 17s? Yep. We got any 18s? Yep. And then 22. Okay, now I got to make sure, because this is a long list. Count them up. Make sure you still got 15 numbers. Make sure we didn't drop one. All right, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. Okay. All right, what number is in the middle? All right, so I usually just kind of cross them out. So I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna go with 5 numbers. 5 numbers. So then 1 2 3 4 5, and then 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so then I'm gonna just keep crossing it out one by one, and we get 12. That was the number I came up in the middle. All right, what number occurred the most? 12, because how many times did the number 12 show up? 3 times, yep. Now, it didn't ask us to do this, but let's go ahead and add the range. It's good practice. So we're gonna take the highest amount of interceptions minus the lowest. So the highest was 22. The lowest was 8. So 22 minus 8 gives us a range of what? 14. Any questions? All right, one more example and then we'll be done for today. All right, so we got these 3 basketball teams. We need to start off by finding the average for each team individually. So we got, for 5 games, we got the Jaguars, the Wolves, and the Lions. So what I want you to do, I want you to add up these 5 numbers divided by 5. See what you get. Then you're going to add up these 5 numbers divided by 5. See what you get. And then you're going to add up these 5 numbers divided by 5. And for all of them, it doesn't say it, but we're going to round to a whole number. So no decimals. So I already got my 3 numbers. I'm going to come around and see who else, because it's pretty easy to blend in and not really know what's going on. So I'm gonna come around and see what you all get for your 3 averages. All right, what did you all get for the for the Jaguars? What was your average or your mean? Mean and average means the same thing. So, anybody else get 77? All right. What about for the Wolves? 69. Who got 69? And then the last one for the Lions, what you get? 68. Okay, so now let's answer our questions. It says, suppose you want to join. You get to pick which team. And you're going to join it based off of who had the highest mean. So, who had the highest mean? Let's go. Yep, so the best team would be the Jaguars because they have the highest mean. Now, mean is not always the best indication of the better team, because you can just have one really, really bad game and one really, really good game, but that doesn't mean you can't really use that. So for a lot of statistics, they go by the median instead of the mean. So let's go ahead and find the median of each one. So let's go ahead and put these in order. So let's start off with the Jaguars. The lowest amount of points for the Jaguars was 54. And then after 54 was 67. And then after 67 was 78. And then after 78 was 87. And then after 87 was 99. All right, what number is the median for the Jaguars? 78. All right, you go ahead and do the same thing for the Wolves and for the Lions. Put them in order. And write your median score. All right, who had the best median score? The Jaguar, the Wolves, or the Lions? Who had the highest one? The Lions or the Wolves? Who says Wolves? Yep, that's what I got. So when you put them in order, then it would be the Wolves that's better than the Jaguars. So the best team would be the Wolves. All right, so let's go ahead and start on our homework. Let's take out homework 1. I want to work with you on a couple of them. So the first thing I want to look at is number 1 really quickly. First of all, can you write that this is due on Wednesday? And Wednesday is the 3rd. All right, so let's go ahead and put these in order from smallest to largest. So the smallest number is 8. And then after 8 is 10. After 10 is 11. After 11 is 15. After 15 is 16. 16 is 17. And then we jump up to 20, 28, and 96. All right, I like to go back and make sure that I didn't mess up. So let me count how many numbers we should have. All right, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's see, we got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. Now, I want you to notice, I'm not going to do all of them, but do we have a mode? Is there a number that occurs, like every single number only occurs one time, right? So for mode, you would say it's NA. We don't have one. There is no mode. All right, now let's look at number 2. For number 2, I'm not gonna finish it because you all can finish it. I'm just gonna point out a couple things for each one. Now let's look at number 2. Let's go ahead and put these in order from the lowest to the smallest. So we got decimals this time. So my smallest number is 1.1. After 1.1 is 2.5. After 2.5 is what? What's the next number? 3.5. After 3.5, I see a 3.9. All right, what comes after 3.9? 4.0. Okay, any more 4s? Nope. We got any 5s? Yep, we got a 5.3. And then we have a, what's the next number? 6.2. And then after 6.2, what we got? We got that number twice, so we got to write it twice. And then lastly would be 7. All right, so now let's find the middle number. When we try to find the middle number, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. So this is 4. So do you see how there are 2 numbers in the middle? Does everybody see that? When that happens, does anybody remember, going back to the day, how do you find the median when there's 2 numbers? We find the mean. So the median, because there's 2 numbers, is going to be 4.0 plus 5.3, and then divide that by 2 because there's 2 numbers. So whenever it's more than 1, we have to find the average of the 2 numbers. If there's 2 numbers in the middle, we have to average it. So in your calculator, go ahead and add 4.0 plus 5.3 and then divide that by 2. And what you all get? Mackenzie, what you get? Anybody? 4.65. Who got 4.65? All right, so that would be your median. So that's what you do when there's more than 1 median. You didn't hear me?
No, I was working on it.
Oh, okay. All right, the last one that I want to talk about, because again, this is my second class, so I kind of know the questions we're going to have, is let's go ahead and put this one in order. So I got the number 1 that occurs twice, and then I have a 2 that occurs twice, and then, wait, did I write 1, 2? Wait. No, the 2 occurs 3 times, right? Oh, never mind. See, first period did it wrong. So the 2 occurs 3 times. And then we have a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I messed up something. Oh, 7. Is that all of them? Did I do that right? Okay. Well, first period, they said it was 2 modes, but there isn't 2 modes. They said 1 and 2 were both modes, but that's not true. There is only 1 mode, and what is the mode? What number occurs the most? 2. So I don't think they realized that. I don't know what they did, but the mode is 2. All right, so go ahead, use this time, continue working. We're not packing up because we only have 3 more homework assignments. I'm gonna go and look at our grades and see how many D's we got. But if you're in the D range, we definitely want to make sure this last quiz should be a win. Like, it should be a win. We should all be getting A's because we want to make sure our grade is the best it can be going into the final. So use this time to finish the front side of homework 1. And then tomorrow we'll talk about the backside.